Today you're going to be taking notes on Gustar. Make sure you have your note sheet with you. If you don't, you can go onto Blackboard and print one out under Preliminar, Gustar. So, Gustar, of course, means to like. What are the forms of Gustar? Fill in the forms of Gustar on your note sheet. We have me gusta, you like, te gusta or te gustan, le gusta or le gustan, nos gusta, os gusta, and les gusta or gustan. It's really helpful sometimes if you write in two different colors so you can see what changes in each. So if you want to get another color and do what I have done, that seems to be helpful. The me, te, le, nos, os, les is the person you're talking about. It's actually not the subject, but it's the person. And then you have to change gusta or gustan depending on what it is that you like or do not like, which is the subject. Make sure you fill in your information sheets with the Spanish and the English. You may need to pause this because I'm going to move on to the next slide. So the formula for verbs like gustar, I would like you to write the formula, which is the modifier, indirect object, pronoun, conjugated verb, and subject. So the formula for verbs like gustar is very different. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of this. The modifier is a mí. You've heard it. A mí me gusta, a ti te gusta, a ella le gusta. Sometimes you need to use it, sometimes you don't. The indirect object pronoun you have to use. That's the me, te, le. Then you have gusta, which is a conjugated verb, or gustan, and then you have the subject. In this situation, gusta is singular because what you're talking about, your liking science class, is singular. The next box, which is on your notes, is examples of when you use gusta and not the plural. Gusta is used when the subject, what it is you're talking about, is a verb or is a singular noun. Here's an example of a verb. A ella le gusta correr. Correr is a verb, so you have to use gusta after it. You cannot have two conjugated verbs right next to each other within the same idea, so correr is not conjugated. Please write that example down. And also, you would use gusta with a singular noun. A ella le gusta la comida rica. La comida rica is singular, so gusta is singular. Like I said, pause the recording. When you need to write something down, then you can continue. So whatever it is that's after it, if it's singular or an unconjugated verb, then you would use gusta with it. When do you use gustan? Basically, the only time you use gustan was when the subject is a plural noun, or when the subject is plural, which is what's right after it. Please write down this example. A ella le gustan las manzanas. Gustan goes with las manzanas, so it has to be plural. Okay, the next section is going to be emphasis or clarifying things. A plus the pronoun. It's like when you use yo quiero. You don't need to use yo quiero, just like you don't need to use a mí me gusta. So please write down these modifiers. I'm going to erase this. Okay, please write down these modifiers. Some of these are necessary and some are not. And basically why I had those two circled is most of the times you would need the modifiers for the a ella, a él, a usted, because you're not sure who the le is, or the a ellos. So here, a mí would go with the me, a ti would go with the te, le, nos, os, les. And I have an example, okay? A Roberto le gusta la clase de español. Please write this example down. A Roberto goes with the le, that has to agree that way, the person, and the gusta goes with la clase de español. So you have to look at two parts and how they agree. Write down the second one. A ellos goes with les, gustan goes with las manzanas. So as you learned in Spanish, everything in the sentences has to agree. So what I would like you to do next to the modifiers as well is write the indirect object pronouns as well. Sorry, I can't write too well with this. The me, te, le, and then the nos, os, les. So you can see which one agrees with which. Okay, now we're going to do some practice. So I'd like you to create the following sentences with Gustar on your information sheet. I have an example for you. It says yo las hamburguesas. Okay, yo with verbs like gustar, you cannot use yo with verbs like gustar. So that first section would be a mí me. That's the person. And then you'd have to use gustar. Gustar agrees with las hamburguesas. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to pause this recording and then do 1 through 5, and then I'm going to give you the answers and you're going to check. Okay, are you back? Here are the answers. Again, we have ella. Okay, you have to have the in there. Goes with the le. You have to have the le in there. Gusta goes with la ensalada because it is singular. You can't have the to in there. These are the subject pronouns. You have to have a ti. A ti goes with the te. Gusta goes with us through the ar. Ustedes. A ustedes. You have to have the goes with les. Gustan goes with los frijoles. You have to have the indirect object pronoun in there always. A nosotros goes with nos. Okay, a nosotros is telling you that you have to put nos there. And gusta goes with almorzar, because almorzar is an unconjugated verb. You can't have two verbs next to each other in the same thought. Okay, so the only time it's plural is if what's right after it's plural. The rest of the times it's singular. Ellos goes with les. Gustan goes with los partidos. So make sure you write down any questions that you have, and then we will start practicing this tomorrow in class.